I don't know if you've been following this at all, but Drake filed a lawsuit against Universal Music Group over Kendrick Lamar's diss track, "Not Like Us." And so this was the kind of the tweet that I wanted to show you that kind of set it all off, right? Okay. So this is from Justin Hunt, the company man. He does a really great hip hop discussion show. He's a big rap guy, and he tweeted out this screenshot from Drake's team. According to Drake's lawsuit, Kendrick Lamar grew up in Oakland. It's All Happening is how he kind of introduces his show. So I said, LOL, Drake lost a beef and called the cops. And, I got, as you can see, I got like over 50 retweets and 1.2K likes on that tweet. So the story continues, though, and this is where it gets real interesting and politically related. So there's a point where Drake alleges that Not Like Us is anti-Semitic. And so I said, wow, Drake's going full ADL on Kendrick, Anti-Defamation League. So just to give you a little bit more insight here as to what's going on. So this is a line from the actual lawsuit that Justin pulled out. It says, furthering the recording's refrain that Drake is not like us, the recording alludes to Drake's Jewish heritage, saying that Drake is not a colleague, but a fucking colonizer. So he's using the anti-Semitic shit in this lawsuit towards Kendrick Lamar. And it's like, I don't know who's advising Drake or if this is like just, how he really is in real life, but like who thought it was a good idea to call the cops when you lost a rap beat? Like, Drake's out there trying to argue that he's really hood and he's like really a legitimate fucking, hip hop guy. And he's out there calling Kendrick Lamar an anti-Semite, like that as in defense for a song that just kind of blew him away in the whole beef process. Like that's the opposite. That's the opposite kind of, I think, view that Drake wants to project of himself, that Drake wants to project to the public right now. It's almost like he's just doing exactly what Kendrick said he was. It's kind of like, wow, Kendrick was way more accurate about this guy than we thought. And I said when the whole beef thing started, the difference between Kendrick and Drake is Kendrick is a black man who grew up in Compton, California, and Drake is a Canadian actor. So like that right there kind of sums it up. However, I mean, that doesn't mean, Drake shouldn't have access to hip hop culture and all that kind of stuff. Like Canadians can rap too. There's a lot of good Canadian artists, a ton. So I don't think that, but then he just continues down this road of ridiculousness into this like level of like, wow, you're an anti-Semite because you called me a colonizer in your song. Like it doesn't get any more spineless or less credible than that. Like the guy is literally like a Karen in the fucking alley going like, I'm calling the police on you guys smoking blunts in the alley behind my house. That's how Drake looks right now. So I'm going to play a little bit of this Anthony Fantano, who, like him or not, he has a lot of good commentary, and he kind of goes into the weeds a little more.
Document UMG has already responded to Drake's lawsuit, saying that not only are these claims untrue, but the notion we would seek to harm the reputation of any artist, let alone Drake, is illogical. We have invested massively in his music, and our employees around the world have worked tirelessly for many years to help him achieve historic commercial and personal financial success throughout his career.
Yeah, so Drake and Kendrick are both on the same label. They're both on UMG, which first of all, is kind of says something about the culture of our media. These guys who are it's pro wrestling, obviously, but these guys, two of the biggest, arguably, some of the biggest pop stars of the last year, are both on the same record label.
Drake has intentionally and successfully used UMG to distribute his music and poetry to engage in conventionally outrageous back and forth rap battles to express his feelings about other artists. He now seeks to weaponize the legal process to silence an artist's creative expression.
Yeah, that's so the beef started with, I mean, Kendrick may have said some like sneak diss or veiled thing comment in a song with like 21 Savage or what, I think it was Metro Boomin song or something that Kendrick said there's not just Big Three, there's Big Me or some shit like that, and that triggered Drake. But Drake dissed him too. Drake called him like a wife beater, and like, so he's guilty of the same crimes, of the defamation shit. It's a fucking rap beef. Again, it'd be like if someone beat your ass and you called the cops on them, after you like tried to fuck their girlfriend or something. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the weirdest.
And to seek damages from UMG for distributing that artist's music. We have not and do not engage in defamation against any individual. At the same time, we will vigorously defend this litigation to protect our people and our reputation, as well as any artist who might directly or indirectly become a frivolous litigation target for having done nothing more than write a song. Wow! Drake kind of, getting responded to harshly in another rap battle.
He kind of stepped in it.
Legally speaking, from UMG, pointing out very quickly the hypocrisy that, this guy talks about and shades other people with his music. And this is a pretty big reminder of the hellscape we will be living in if Drake somehow wins this lawsuit or makes some kind of legal dent with it. Because if that happens, what are we supposed to do past this point vis-a-vis, I don't know, diss tracks or any songs that might be about another person and could be unflattering on some level? Will rappers have to clear every diss song they write with a lawyer just to sort of see if it passes muster? Will all of Taylor Swift's exes be able to take her to task legally for things said about them on any number of tracks? The way Drake is expecting the world to just manipulate the rules to his benefit in this instance, I don't really know what to label it other than insanity, especially given that
he's like a spoiled child. He's like, hey, I was the #1 pop star. You can't say bad stuff about me. I'm gonna sue you.
That it's not like you were just sitting there doing nothing, and then Kendrick Lamar just like, said you were a PDF file out of the blue, out of nowhere.
I love that coded PDF file is code for, what Epstein was into.
No reason whatsoever. You were in a rap battle, man. You were in a multi-track beef. Cue that one Drake clip where he's like, I study rap battles for a living, man. I study rap battles.
I study rap battles for a living.
Yeah, you study rap battles, and yet you didn't see this coming, especially given...
You must have flunked out of that class, though, son. Like, you're not studying very well.
And that on the AI track, you literally dared Kendrick to bring that topic up in the lyrics of the track. And yet Drake's like, why would he do this? Why would this happen? But anyway, held within Drake's multi-page lawsuit over here, there are some interesting claims and observations made. Page 3 kind of breaks down the intentions of the song like we're looking at a Rap Genius annotation, but for a court. The lyrics repeatedly accuse Drake of engaging in criminal acts, including by calling him a certified Pedialyte drinker and a predator who needs to be
Pedialyte drinker. Yeah, I thought I would clip Fantano here because he actually goes into the suit, like the actual text of the lawsuit. So we don't have to spend a ton of time on this, but just listen to some of the details.
Placed on neighborhood watch. The image was designed to reinforce, and in fact reinforces, that accusation by depicting Drake's actual Toronto house covered in the icons that were known to be used by law enforcement, as well as public safety applications like Citizen, to identify child offenders' residences online. The next page here alleges that all of this damage to...
It's a diss track. Can you imagine if Joe Rogan sued The View for saying that he likes dragons or something the other day? That's how petty this is. Just imagine if, You know, remember when The View said Joe Rogan thinks dragons are real or something, and he just kind of laughed about it and like made fun of it. But imagine if he like went and sued The View for defamation because of that. Like, you said I believe in dragons and I really don't.
Drake's reputation is once again UMG's fault, essentially, saying that they waged an unrelenting campaign to spread the recording, image and video, together the defamatory material as widely as possible. With like,
let's stop there. They alleged to spread the recording as wide as possible. Isn't that what a record label does? Like that's their job, is to like take your music and get it as much play as possible.
Is online. The next page here alleges that all of this damage to Drake's reputation is once again UMG's fault, essentially, saying that they waged an unrelenting campaign to spread the recording, image and video, together they
waged an unrelenting campaign to spread the recording. In other words, they did their job as a record label.
Defamatory material as widely as possible, with like no real notes made here of any. Here at line 58, within the first minute, the recording identifies Drake by name and states that Lamar has heard that Drake has a predilection for underage women. Say, Drake, I heard you like 'em young. The next line is a thinly veiled threat that Drake should be careful that he never ends up in prison, a place where child predators are notoriously the target.
Yes. Like we know all this stuff. I mean, they have to break it down from the lawsuit, but okay.
It's of violence. In this B section around line 68, this is where Drake and his team start denying the claims, which, you know, I will say, as crazy as it is to read it in this lawsuit, he does a more effective job of it here than he did on The Heart Part 6, because I guess, yes, in fact, it is true. Drake is on no such types of, you know, these lists. Oh God, they're even going into the music video. The video also includes allusions to Drake's OVO brand, which is represented by an owl in combination with the lyrics wop, 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 dot, fuck 'em up. The video shows Lamar beating an owl-shaped pinata with a bat. During this scene, a caption appears at the bottom of the video that states, disclaimer, no OVOs were harmed during the making of this video. I mean, it seems you're just repeating them with, you know, no pushback. It must be true. Maybe no OVOs were in fact harmed. Oh no, on line 118, he's angry about the pop out. He's angry about the pop out show. Oh no, the record label allowed a song that they licensed to be played publicly. That's crazy. Oh my God, why would a record label do that? Just like they did every Drake song to ever exist where he dissed somebody else. This is crazy. There's no precedent for this. Why on earth? Oh no, this is damning over here at 119. UMG subsequently made the live performance of the recording available to be played on the radio, and radio stations played it. Oh no, not the radio stations. No, oh my God, no. Oh no, the radio stations played it. Oh my God. And here it is at 127, under this D section, first section of that. UMG caused third parties to fake streams in bold lettering. That is the...
So this is the part that's interesting, the fake streams thing, because I'm sure that labels do things to like inflate streams, especially for artists that need it. I don't think Kendrick Lamar needed fake streams, but I don't doubt that they do this. But he goes into a little bit. There's no evidence either. It's just like a quote unquote whistleblower
claim, which it brings up.
The whistleblower is what's that guy, DJ Academics, or that dude that like rides Drake's dick all day.
Bots says artificially inflate the spread of the recording on Spotify. It explains what bots are, but it doesn't really offer any proof of that. Like, what are you citing? What information do you have that this is true? There is allegedly a whistleblower, but the
Okay, so in closing here, I just want to say that I think this lawsuit and all this kind of the way that they're being so petty and going into this, like the anti-Semitism accusations and stuff, to me, it's proof that that song kind of fucked up Drake's career, like in a big way, because I don't know that he would be doing this. He would be doing this if it was just kind of like something that came and went and no one cared about it. It seems like, based on, you know, the way he's reacting at this point, that song, Not Like Us, like really messed up his career. And I mean, if you're gonna go call the cops and level claims of anti-Semitism after you lost a rap battle, maybe you don't deserve that career. You know, maybe Kendrick did him a favor, did the world a favor.